When Selena Gomez walked onto that stage, something was different, and I need to tell you about it because what she revealed is going to blow your mind. The energy in that room shifted the second she appeared, and honestly, I wasn't prepared for what came next. She started talking about this spirit tunnel moment, and at first I thought, okay, cool, just another celebrity entrance. But then she dropped something that made me realize this interview was going to be completely different from anything we've seen before. She literally said she didn't expect what happened, and when someone like Selena says that, you know something special went down. The flowers, the atmosphere, the pure joy on her face, it wasn't staged, it was real. And that realness is exactly what we're diving into today because trust me, what follows gets even better. Now here's where it gets interesting, and I mean really interesting. Her husband, the guy everyone's been talking about, apparently tore up that same spirit tunnel before her and she had no idea. Can you imagine? Your own husband keeps secrets about flower tunnels and then you find out through videos later? She literally texted him like, "I know you had to show me up." And honestly, that's relationship goals right there. But wait, because that's just the beginning of the wedding revelations. And what she shares next about keeping things private is something every celebrity should take notes on. The way she managed to control her own narrative in 2025 when everyone has cameras everywhere is actually genius. And I'm going to break down exactly how she did it. 3 dresses. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Ralph Lauren dresses at her wedding, and each one had a specific purpose. Most brides stress over finding one perfect dress, but Selena went full fashion icon mode. She tried to do this sneaky thing, as she put it, and I love how she explained it because you can tell privacy means everything to her. She didn't want random photographers getting shots of her most intimate moment, so that first dress was literally a decoy for the look, just in case anyone managed to sneak photos. Smart, right? But then comes her favorite dress, the one that was made specially for her. And when she talks about it being a dream, you can hear the emotion in her voice. This wasn't about showing off. This was about creating a moment that belonged only to her and her husband. And in an age where everyone shares everything, that's actually revolutionary. Speaking of things Selena's revolutionized, let's talk about rare beauty, because this is where things get really deep. 5 years old now. Can you believe it? 5 years of building something that actually matters, not just another celebrity makeup line that slaps a famous name on products and calls it a day. I've been following this brand since day one, and what Selena created is different because it came from a place of genuine struggle. She couldn't figure out how to do her own makeup, felt intimidated by the beauty industry, and instead of just hiring a glam team forever, she decided to create products for people like herself. That's what I respect most. Turning your insecurity into something that helps millions of others. The products are designed to be easy, non-threatening, and actually work for regular people, not just professional makeup artists. But here's the kicker, and this is what really separates Selena from other celebrity entrepreneurs. She just launched her first fragrance. And before you roll your eyes thinking, oh great, another celebrity perfume, hold on because the story behind the scent is beautiful. She wore it when she got engaged. She wore it on her wedding day. This isn't some random fragrance a perfume house created and slapped her name on. This is her actual signature scent, the one she chose for the most important moments of her life. That level of authenticity is rare in the beauty industry, pun intended, and it shows in how she talks about it. She knows the fragrance market is saturated. She acknowledges it. It's tricky, but she went for it anyway because it meant something personal to her. Now, let me tell you about something that actually made me emotional, and I don't get emotional easily. The Rare Impact Fund. 1% of all rare beauty sales goes directly to mental health resources, education, and support for underserved communities around the world. 1% might not sound like much until you realize their goal is to raise $100 million. Let that sink in. $100 million for mental health support, for people who desperately need it but can't access it. Selena literally built a business model where success means more help for those struggling. And considering her own very public battles with mental health, this isn't performative activism. This is genuine change making. The way she talked about it during the interview, you could see how much this mission matters to her, how it's not just a side project but the actual heart of what rare beauty represents. But wait, because we need to talk about Only Murders in the Building, and this is where Selena's personality really shines through. Working with Steve Martin and Martin Short for 5 years, and she's literally morphed into both of them. Picture this. Steve Martin is shy and reserved, so Selena picks up that energy sometimes. But Martin Short, apparently he came to her house for a gathering, and he fell asleep, and he was still there, just living his best life at Selena's house while she's passed out. That's not a working relationship, that's family. And you can tell how much these three genuinely love each other. She joked that when Steve and Martin can't do a stunt, she claims that she can't either, even though she's way younger. And that kind of loyalty and humor is what makes their on-screen chemistry work so perfectly. Here's something wild that most people don't know about the show's origins. Only Murders in the Building wasn't always Only Murders in the Building. The original concept had them as twins, running a magic shop called the Amazing Old Mullies, and they were literally twin siblings. Selena, who's Mexican, and her co-star, who's Italian, playing twins? Someone thankfully realized that didn't quite work, tested it, found out girl-forward content performed better, separated the age groups, and boom, we got the show we know and love. But imagine if they'd stuck with that original concept. We'd be watching a completely different show right now, and honestly, probably not as good. What really got me, though, was hearing about Selena's first day on set for her Disney show back in the day. She was a girl from Texas, nervous about whether the show would be the one for her, not knowing if she'd fit in with everyone else. And from day one, she was embraced for exactly who she was. No changes required, no fitting into a mold, just pure acceptance. That kind of early experience shapes how you treat others later in your career, and you can see it in how she mentors younger actors now. Her co-star Janice mentioned watching Selena in another Cinderella story years ago, and now sitting across from her as a co-star. That hit different. You could feel the genuine connection, the passing of the torch from one generation to the next. Selena's response wasn't some rehearsed humble brag. It was authentic appreciation for getting to work with talented young people who deserve opportunities. She specifically mentioned how these are the kids who should be brought up in the industry, the ones who genuinely want to do the work and have the talent to back it up. That kind of advocacy matters because Hollywood can be brutal, especially for young performers, and having someone like Selena in your corner makes all the difference. What strikes me most about this entire interview, and why I wanted to break it down for you all, is the consistency of who Selena is across every aspect of her life. Whether she's talking about keeping her wedding private, building a beauty empire with purpose, working with comedy legends, or mentoring younger actors, there's this thread of authenticity that runs through everything. She's not putting on different faces for different audiences. She's genuinely the same person who gets nervous meeting people she admires, who cares deeply about mental health advocacy, who values privacy while being a public figure, and who treats her colleagues like family regardless of their status. The fragrance detail really stuck with me because it encapsulates her entire approach. She could have launched a fragrance years ago, slapped her name on something generic, and made millions. But she waited until she had something that genuinely represented her, something she'd actually wear herself during her most precious moments. That patience, that commitment to authenticity over quick profit, is increasingly rare in celebrity culture. Everyone's in such a rush to monetize their fame that they forget about creating things that actually matter, things that will last beyond the next trend cycle. And can we talk about the Rare Impact Fund goal again? $100 million for mental health resources. Not $50 million, not $75 million, $100 million. That's the kind of audacious goal that either inspires people or makes you think you're crazy. But knowing Selena's track record, I wouldn't bet against her. She's already built Rare Beauty into a powerhouse brand in just 5 years, defying the statistics that say most celebrity brands fail within the first 2 years. If she can do that while maintaining integrity and purpose, reaching that fundraising goal seems entirely possible. The dynamic with Martin Short living his best life at her house while she sleeps is peak friendship goals, though, let's be real. That's the kind of comfort level you only get when you genuinely love someone like family. No pretense, no maintaining celebrity distance, just pure friendship where someone can literally fall asleep and trust that their guest will lock up when they eventually leave. Those are the stories that make celebrities feel human, relatable, like people you'd actually want to hang out with, rather than just admire from a distance. Looking at everything Selena's accomplished, from her acting career starting as a nervous kid from Texas, to building a beauty empire with purpose, to creating content that brings joy to millions, it's clear she's playing a different game than most celebrities. She's not chasing trends, she's setting them. She's not just building a brand, she's building a legacy. And most importantly, she's doing it all while staying true to herself, maintaining her privacy where it matters, and lifting up others along the way. That combination of success and integrity is rare, which makes the name Rare Beauty even more fitting than she probably realized when she founded it. This is someone who's figured out how to navigate fame without losing herself. And that's the real story worth celebrating.